So you decided that you want to start doing some running. You want to start getting in shape. So I'm going to cover 3 quick and easy tips that'll help you start running the right way. If you follow these 3 tips, you're going to approach things the right way, and you'll be able to build on the foundation, continuously improve, and just overall have a good time with running. 3 tips for a beginner to start running the right way. Let's hop in. Okay, so our first tip, if you're beginning running, the most important thing is to not look at your runs at certain distances or certain speeds. If you're trying to hit certain paces or you're trying to hit certain distances and you're using that as your metric, you're gonna end up probably injured, if I'm being honest. So if you're not using distance, you're not using speed, what else is left? That's time. So when you're first getting running, and really, I mean, this isn't just for beginners. Right now, I'm doing a timed run. I'm tracking it other ways as well. I'll touch on in a second. When you're first getting started, you want to track your runs with time. And your goals at first should be just very simple. If you're really just starting, 10 or 15 minutes. And here's the thing, you don't have to be running the entire time. If you're doing a run walk, alternating 1 minute run, 1 minute walk, 2 minute run, 1 minute walk, however you start, it's totally fine. Focus on being out there, covering distance for whatever amount of time is appropriate for you. Now, if you are going to track one other metric, track your heart rate. It's the only thing I'm tracking right now. I'm doing a 90-minute run. The only thing I care about is staying in a certain heart rate zone. And if you hear my watch beeping while I'm making this video, I've gotten out of that heart rate zone. That's all I care about. This is more like an aerobic workout for my heart and my cardiovascular system for 90 minutes. More so than a run where I care about the distance. I'm building up those cardiovascular systems, those cardiorespiratory systems over a 90-minute period. If you're looking for the right heart rate zone to be in, then you want to be around a zone 2 or into a zone 3. The best measurement I like to use, what I'm using right now for this run, is the MAF formula. Maximal aerobic function, just very simple. 180 minus your age, plus or minus 5 BPM, based on your fitness level, how you're feeling, etc. It's exactly what I've set up here. I've got that exact range. But just look to build up your times. You're out for 15 minutes. You're out for 20 minutes, 30, 40, whatever it is, you slowly build up those times. And again, don't worry if you're running the whole time. Don't worry if you're walking a bit. Don't worry about the pace you're setting. You're training your body to be able to exert itself in an aerobic way for a given period of time. That's tip number 1. Let's hop into the next one. Okay, So our second tip is that with all the different metrics you could be looking at, the most important one to keep yourself progressing and not get injured is your cadence. Because that is going to be self-correcting with so many other aspects of proper form. And if you don't know, your cadence is how many steps you're taking per minute. So that means you're obviously not going to be counting that, but your watch can count that. You'll be able to feel it once you're at a certain cadence and whether or not it's dropping. The cadence you want to be shooting for is 180. 180 steps per minute. So that means 3 steps per second. It's a lot. It's fast. You're probably not going to be anywhere as close to that when you start. That's your goal though. You want to work up to that. When I first started, before I knew to be working through my cadence, I'd be running around like 160. That was just kind of like this comfortable, lazy pace I had. Once I learned the benefits of running at 180, I started to work that up. And one little cheat that I used is to find playlists that are set at a certain BPM. So when I was running at 160, I found 170 BPM playlists. And I tried to time my steps with the beat. Once I got that under, I'd go and find some 180 BPM playlists. Did the same. Now, I'm not always at 180. I'm running a little lazy right now, and I'm in the 170s, but that's fine. You don't always have to be at 180, but you do want to get up towards that. The reason raising your cadence is important and it's kind of self-correcting for the rest of your form is that the more steps you're taking, the more ground contact you have, meaning that each step has lesser impact. At a nice 180 pace, you should really feel like you're gliding. This is tough for me to capture, but I'll try and get some footage running at a fast cadence, and I'll slow it down. And you're gonna think, hey, if I try and just go at 180, I'm running really fast, faster than I can sustain. That's because you're forgetting there's one other factor that plays in with that, and that's stride length. So to get to 180 at a lower pace, it means your stride has to be shorter. Shorter strides prevent you from overreaching with your stride and heel striking. So that is how higher cadence will help prevent injury. And it just reinforces good form all around. Let's try and get some clips of that. Slow cadence. Right now, at about a 160 in the 150s, heel striking, overreaching, no good. Fast cadence, shorter strides, striking on the midfoot, gliding instead of bounding, no impact. An important thing to realize there, in both clips, it's going the same exact speed. I did not increase or decrease my pace, but I had a way different cadence, way different foot strike, way different impact on my body, ankles, knees, hips, back. lifting up your toe like that, when you reach too far and heel strike, that's how you get shin splints. You're using that anterior tibialis, that front muscle, which is where you get all the pain in a shin splint, to continuously lift up your toe. So again, shoot for a fast cadence. That'll correct so much more with your form and reinforce so many good habits. So work on improving your cadence. Final tip coming up. Third and final tip is that you want to make a habit out of your running. Now, what I mean by that is I see so many people that decide they want to do a race. They want to do a 5K, they want to do a 10K, whatever, and they'll build themselves up. They'll do their race and they just stop. They stop running. They've done what they set out to, and that was it. If you want to really make a difference in your health, your well-being, make it a habit to invest in yourself on a daily basis. Now, I know there's almost no way you're gonna run every day if you're just starting off building up a fitness routine. As a matter of fact, I highly recommend you do not do that. Again, you'll do too much, you'll get hurt. But you can, at the same time every day, dedicate the same block of time to yourself. Think of it as an investment in your health, your fitness, your mental well-being. So if you're gonna invest 30 minutes every day, during that 30 minutes you could run, you can lift some weights, do some resistance training, you can do some stretching, maybe do a yoga routine, you can go for a walk, you can, if you're banged up and you don't feel like doing anything, do a little meditating, do some journaling, do something that invests in yourself. If you make a habit out of doing that on a daily basis, you'll be the sort of person that is different at the end of the year than you were when you started it. If you start off with a goal as a finite end, maybe you'll motivate yourself to hit that goal. By the time it's done, you revert back to your old habits, your old routines. At the end of a year, nothing has changed. So probably the most important of all the tips is make it a habit, make it something you spend your time on a daily basis, no matter what form that takes. Going for runs, maybe you could run 3 times a week when you start, maybe twice. Maybe it's so tough you're running once a week. Build it up. Do walks on a couple other days. Do some weights on one day. Spend a whole day stretching and relaxing and doing some deep breathing exercises. Find things to do to invest in yourself on a daily basis. So there we go, guys. To summarize, our first tip, we decided that we're gonna just worry about how long we're working out for. Not our distance, not our speed. If we track anything else, tracking heart rate. But you wanna do it at a pace where you could at least be talking like I am. Maybe a little winded, but you can still have a conversation. That's about the right pace. If you're tracking your heart rate, 180 minus age, plus or minus 5. Our second tip, talked about form and the one metric you want to track to keep your form in check and keep injuries at bay. And that's your cadence. You want to slowly work to bring it up so you could be at 180 steps per minute. And our final tip is to invest in your fitness, health, and well-being on a daily basis. Make it a habit to do something to increase your fitness, your health, your mental well-being every day. Dedicate at least some time to it every day. And at the end of the year, I promise, come on back here and let me know how it worked out. You're gonna be so much happier, feel so much better. You're gonna be really glad you made that investment. It's one of the few investments you can make in life with a guaranteed return. I've got another 50 minutes left on this run. I'm all talked out, so just gotta catch up on the running now. Let's get to it. That's it, guys. Hope you did enjoy the video. Got something useful out of it. Please throw a thumbs up, hit the subscribe, all that sort of fun stuff. Got so much more lined up, and I appreciate any kind of support you could give the channel. Thank you so much, guys. I'm Dave, and this is Dave Does Fitness. Have an awesome day and stay fit.